Okay, so Boruto gets a lot of hate. Honestly, when I talk about Boruto, whether Twitter, Instagram, any platform, people always be like, yo, Boruto trash, bro. Have you checked out the manga yet? Latest chapter in the manga, Let's Talk. It's taking place from where the last one left off. Owl, the mysterious, well, not really mysterious, but the dude that had the Byakugan from the war and all of that stuff, hunting down Boruto, Konohamaru, Sarada, Mitsuki, the whole little group, including that guy, Takatsuki, you know, the inventor or whatever. So that's where the chapter takes place and, you know, moves forward from there. I honestly gotta say, with the manga and the anime right now, it's been about a month since I really checked out the anime. I left off in the Byakuga gang stuff. Like, that's where I kind of fell off a little bit. I'm going to get back into it, especially once we get to the readaptation stuff. I might as well just see all the changes, because I am a little excited about the Tonetti edition and a couple other things. So where it stands right now, I honestly gotta say though, manga 100% over anime, because one, the manga is way ahead of the story, and you know, of course, that's usually the case, but two, it's just handling things in a very nice form. A lot of people, maybe you had the concerns that early on you've seen what the Boruto manga looked like, and it looked like dog booty. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, what's going on? This is the same dude that was working with Kishimoto from chapter 7, so I was expecting to be like, yeah, we ain't gonna see much of a change. It was a radical change at the start. Latest chapter, bro, honestly, I gotta keep it 100 with all of you. I truly feel as though he is getting to the point of not necessarily matching, because he still has his own unique art style, but he can possibly surpass what Kishimoto was doing, because towards the end, a lot of criticisms the Naruto manga had in comparison to some of its contemporaries at the time was that the art style had dipped and became very simplistic, and you could see it was like tablet made, and initially Naruto had a lot of detail. Part 1, you look at it, it's like, whoa, and then you go to part 2 and it's like, definitely a decline. I feel as though the man that is creating all of this and doing all of this right now, he definitely has a pulse on how to draw, and he's really worked hard to make these characters look like the ones that we know and love. It does look like the characters like from Boruto, Naruto, the movie now. It's definitely getting closer there, but it still has its own style, and it's very raw. This chapter, this fight against Owl, just felt very vicious. I'm gonna use the word vicious because that's what I felt like throughout all of it with Owl. Like, yo, bro, you trying to kill kids, and Konohamaru, bro, you trying to kill Konohamaru, what are you doing? You vicious, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to kill Konohamaru, you're a vicious motherfucker. I just gotta say, you know what I'm saying? So you see that, I'm like, whoa. And then the way they're really going at it, if you were a fan of how Naruto did it in part 1, and I'm not trying to sell anybody, I'm just keeping it 100, my true thoughts and feelings on what I just witnessed with the latest chapter of Boruto. If you were a fan of part 1, the strategy, everybody teaming up, working together in unison, very little on the big techniques, more so just being shinobi, using the Kagebun Shin no Jutsu, all of that, the Shadow Clone shit, all of it, this chapter delivered that. They really worked together, and it showcases that moving forward, they are a damn good team. There's a reason why they already are past the Chunin exam portion, because they're probably mostly all ready to possibly be Chunin. So the manga right now, again, just with this fight against Ao, it was lit. Now let's talk about something that a lot of people are saying, and I definitely want to kind of put this one in a can for right now and just send it off. A lot of the fandom is definitely speculating, which, hey, I love speculation. I think it's really cool that the latest villain, or one of the latest villains from Kara, the guy with the helmet, is Jiraiya. He has silver hair. A lot of people are saying that his symbol on his helmet is the same symbol as Jiraiya. I would personally like if maybe he's Jiraiya's sibling. If I don't know if it's been confirmed that he was an only child or not. If he is an only child, then maybe a relative. I'm gonna be 100. I can almost guarantee I would drop Boruto if that's Jiraiya. That's how serious it is to me. Like, Jiraiya had one of the most perfect endings I've ever seen in the entirety of Naruto, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just had, they nailed it with Pain stabbing him, you know, him talking about his regrets, how he couldn't get the girl that he always wanted, how he couldn't stop his best friend from doing bad things, how he couldn't save any of his students. That means a lot. So if you take that away and make this motherfucker Jiraiya, I riot. I'm done with Boruto, period. Like, that's where I'm at right now. I would deadass drop this series and never look back. I'll maybe hear one time, is Naruto dead, and call it a day. So that's where I stand with it. This is not a fandom tantrum. I just don't want a character that I highly respect to be ruined and brought back, especially, he wasn't even brought back in the war. If he wasn't going to be brought back in the 4th grade Shinobi War with Edo Tensei, don't fucking bring him back for some Boruto manga. Don't do it. Don't disrespect him. We'll see though. Maybe if it's done in a way where it's like, oh shit, this really makes sense, and maybe I could see me somewhat being accepting, but as of right now, my mindset, that's dry. I'm out of here. I'm done. So we'll see what happens. But we got some interactions between him and Ao. Ao not really understanding what the ultimate goals are of Kara. He's like, I'm not even a ninja anymore, bro. I don't even have a penis anymore. They took that too. In the war, they took the penis. I was like, yo, nah. Imagine he said that though, that would have been crazy. Like, yo, Takatsuki, bring me a cyber, you know, give me a cyber one. I need something. Anywho, we see that the group Kara is definitely on the rise, and they wanted to make sure, like, he looked like he was about to put Ao out. He was like, bro, you were feeling a little sympathy? Why you ain't do them dirty right now? And nothing happened. It also makes me wonder, because if he was lingering around Ao, he probably was watching when the fight just went down with Boruto, Konohamaru, and everything, and how they took him out. So why didn't he jump in? Why didn't he give him a warning? Why didn't he kill all of them? If they're potentially a threat to him, who knows? Again, oh my god, the Jiraiya theory, it's haunting me throughout this whole video. I'll be like, oh, don't, not Jiraiya! I'm losing my mind. Anyway, the fight, Sarada, Mitsuki, Boruto, all of them working together with Konohamaru, I was impressed. I was like, yo, this is Naruto Part 1. This is what they should be doing. They're making great moves. Honestly, if you are an anime only, and you're like, with the manga, at least read from after, not even after the movie, because there is one arc, the little kid with the big guy that kind of sets up for this arc. That was a little slow. After that, ever since Kara Arc Beyond, which has only been about 4 or 5 chapters, but that's 4 or 5 months, and it's been pretty damn good. I've really been rocking with it. A lot of questions, I guess, we got to start going and diving into, because again, the chapter, for the most part, it was a fight. It was a nice one. It was done very well. It showcased that Boruto and them, they're ready, bro, because if you think about it, it was 3 Genins, right? They're all 3 Genin. Then we have a Jonin, Konohamaru, and if I'm not mistaken, Takatsuki wasn't really around there, so I don't know if he was hiding or whatever, but it was just mainly 3 Genin and a Jonin took out a legendary shinobi, so it definitely showcases where they're at right now. Again, I love the strategy, all of it. I'm a little bit annoyed with something that was changed, and this was a change that was made even during the original Naruto manga run. I remember in the beginning of Naruto, anytime you ever made a shadow clone, whoever it was, however strong they were, the moment one of them gets punched or something, they disperse. In the manga, there was a chapter, or a page, shall I say, in this chapter, where Boruto got stabbed, impaled by the sword, which it looks as though they're really building up, and that's why they're continuing on with this cyber sword, because I think that's going to be Boruto's big weapon. Hey, that looks marketable, that looks really cool, Star Wars references, all of that shit, why the fuck not? But it looked as though he was, you know, stabbed for a good minute, and then all of a sudden the Kagebushin, you know, the shadow clone dispersed. I don't like that. I love back in the day when it was just like, the moment they get punched, they were blowing up, and that was the end of them and shit like that. Now it's like, and again, that happened later on in the Naruto manga as well. I think like during the Madara fight and stuff like that, like, they supposed to poof, they're gone, especially if it's a little kid. Like Naruto, you could argue, you could throw the argument, yo, he was like a top grade with all of this chakra, he can withstand it, maybe he grew these talents. Even if Boruto is somewhat of a genius kid, he's still a little genin, you know what I'm saying? He don't got Kurama's chakra that is endless, you know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be doing that. So that's probably a critique, I would say, the biggest critique about the chapter. Very nitpicky though, because it happened in Naruto, you know what I'm saying? It was a change in the laws of how this shit all was working at one given point. So it is what it is. But aside from that, honestly, I really was hype of this chapter. I was like, this is the direction it needs to take. I'm liking where it's going. It's going to be interesting to see what valuable information Ao can give up, if any. I'm imagining there's not going to be much he can say. And on top of that, this guy, the Jiraiya guy, I think his name is Koji, something like that. He's going to be, you know, possibly hurdle that they got to get by, because remember, if he's around there watching them, he can take them out anytime he wants. I don't think Konohamaru and 3 Genin are going to take out this guy, where he's talking about, like, you know, they're on some next level shit. Also, very much hyping up and foreshadowing whatever this big thing that was supposed to be in that box or whatever. Hyping that up too, kind of curious what that is, but honestly, it looks as though Kara's not playing games, and Ao, if he was the low level, right, and the Jonin and 3 Genin struggled to barely take him down, imagine what these top ranks, you know what I'm saying? The top ranks ain't gonna be nothing to fuck with. Now, I don't know, honestly, if Ao is completely done. Obviously, he wasn't on the floor bleeding or decapitated or anything, but they're definitely, for the most part, taking him to the ground. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's not much more Ao's gonna be out, so kind of curious what you guys think about this fight. Did it feel like original Naruto? Also, the whole Jiraiya is this helmeted motherfucker. What is your thoughts on that? Again, I don't ruin Jiraiya, bro. Like, nah, don't do it. Also, your overall thoughts on what's been going down in the Boruto manga. Are you Boruto manga or anime? Again, based on what I told you with the manga, right now the manga is where it's at. Although the anime is going into the readaptation arc, and they might do some good things there too. So we just gotta wait and see. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day.